Greetings, everyone. I am the Magmatic Sage, and welcome to the very first Wholesome Magmatic podcast. Joined by me tonight is Himari7, also known as Mr. React7, a wonderful friend of mine. Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up?
So, tell us
Hmm.
about yourself and, of course, what you do.
Well, I'm not that kind of a famous streamer. I only have a just an average followers, I guess. So typically I stream games just for as soon as I start streaming on Twitch, I mainly play this one game called Cry of Fear, which is not trend to the feed of Twitch, let's say. And for some point, I just got like a shit tons of views. It just went skyrocketed out of nowhere. So in the meantime, my content would probably be playing horror games and stuff, which is interesting because a lot of people wanted to hear my intense screaming.
Bruh.
So yeah,
I mean, yeah, like, I guess horror streaming or horror games within the context of Twitch isn't really that uh how do you say that, oversaturated with content creators, because majority of people would rather stream the popular games, right, like FPS games or MMORPGs. So horror games are a good niche per se.
I mean
For-
exactly. Like for some point, that horror games are just the top notch in order for you to, uh, you know, just to make yourself, oh no, I'm popular and some stuff like that. Like,
yeah, yeah, like some of the greatest YouTubers have started using I mean, streaming or making videos about let's plays of horror games, right?
yeah, I mean, well, it's on YouTube though. Like, if you compare that to Twitch, it's just different.
Yeah, that's why Twitch, I guess, has an untapped market for horror games, I guess.
But at the same time, I have mentioned this to my viewers. Yes, wait, no, not yesterday. I think that was on Saturdays, I guess. Like, I've mentioned about them that I was planning to purchase Little Nightmares Part 2 because as soon as I played the Part 1 version of it, like, dude, I couldn't expect how good this game is, and it's just a good content for my channel. And yeah,
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've heard like good reviews about Little Nightmares. To be honest, like it's such a good game. So it's uh, yeah, it's awesome that you like the game and you're happy about streaming it per se. You're having fun streaming, and that's what's important, I guess.
exactly. Like, a lot of people just barely watching me getting chased by that one weird dude that I usually name him Daddy Long Arms instead of legs. I mean, I was getting chased from that
Bruh.
kind of monster, and then as soon as I move on to the next phase, and I basically encountered these couple of chefs or chef couples, I don't know, which they're kind of disgusting. But I think that we could do probably Project Zomboid gameplays and also Valheim.
Oh,
And
dude.
at the same time, people wanted me, or no, not wanted me, but a lot of them suggested me to play the part 2 version of Little Nightmares. And for some point, people have mentioning me about this one game though. Do you know Outlast?
Oh, dude. Outlast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The first game is good, to be honest.
So I don't have that kind of knowledge of the game yet, and can you just summarize a bit, not just to spoil the,
I guess
spoilers?
basically you're a video person. Like you're recording a video about, I guess, about a certain place,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess it's an asylum per se, like a prison or something. And this guy gets deep into this uh, horrific asylum-like place where he gets chased by a bunch of weird psychos and a psycho guy, and that's out to kill him. I guess
I
that's the
see.
summary. But man, it's really thrilling to watch. I guess in my case, like I watch gameplays of it.
Hmm. In terms of Outlast, I got a question for you, Magmatic Sage. So I've seen your
Go ahead.
video, your latest video. Like, I watched it, the entire thing, and I've
Mm-hmm.
commented, and I comment my, uh, my expression to your fucking video. And I mean, the title of the video, I guess, it's how you tackle procrastination.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
for some
tackling
point, it happened.
procrastination.
It kind of happened to me when I'm about to uh, to plan out for what game or content I should suppose to stream. And I just wanted to say, how come can you tackle your procrastination at least? Like,
It's really complicated to answer that question. Not gonna lie. Like it's very hard to tackle procrastination. I guess I just try to convince myself to do it as fast and as early as possible, so it won't pile up the next day or later on. I guess, but it's still there. I guess because procrastination is a it's hard. It's hard.
well, I think it's uh merely because that you were holding a grip, like well, not really holding a grip, but you're taking full too much responsibilities, and
Yeah,
you have to decrease, like, just to shorten some of your decisions, so that in order for you just to keep flow on being productive and such. and
that's
for some
true.
point and for some point it takes a extreme amount of time to
I
to
guess
recover.
there's many ways in tackling procrastination, right? Like one way that I try tackling is making a list and sorting it out to what's the most important thing to do at the moment. But at the same time, like the action part, the doing part is the hard part, to be honest. Like you could do sorts of things, prepping for it, think about it, but the motivation and the will for to execute that action, I guess, is the hardest part of it in any procrastinating shit.
I
So
see.
yeah.
But the question for you, um have you slowly recovered from your intense procrastination? Like,
It's not really intense, I guess, but I did. At some cases, I'm trying to accomplish stuff right now. That's why I've been busy at some certain points. But I'm taking it slowly to not
I see.
overwhelm myself. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I just wanted to say some of the viewers here. If y'all wanted to express, or let's simply say, why were you procrastinated in the first place, just type in the comment. No, just type your chats on the fucking chat box, I guess. So
Yeah, that's true.
I wanted to hear some of the fans, whoa, fans, but people here who's watching it right now.
Oh
All
damn,
right.
Guru has a lot of
Holy
things to
shit.
say.
Well, that's a good thing. All right, Guru. Can you say at least, not really say at least, but what makes you procrastinated though? Just directly one by one to some of our viewers, like, all right. So I think generally it's because lack of motivation or consistency.
True.
But yeah, and also, all right, we'll just get back to this topic. And Kaiser, I have a question. How will
Go
you
ahead.
how will you uh grow your influence on YouTube? Like, I've
For
seen
now,
your
I guess it's
videos.
pretty much Discord
Mm-hmm.
and sites that I can utilize with uh a lot of audience, potential audience. Like, to be honest, YouTube growth is very hard because it really depends on multiple factors such as algorithm, the content itself, the thumbnail, the length of the video and stuff like that. So there it's a very complex thing that I'm still myself trying to like figure it out because it's hard. It's hard like demystifying the secrets to YouTube growth or something, right?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
it compared to Twitch, YouTube has been there for a long time and it had multiple events like the apocalypse, like controversies, like being bought by Google and stuff like that. So rising up or growing within the realms of YouTube is very hard nowadays unless they
mhm.
change something or um, they make it such that the place itself is very oriented towards content creators. But I guess for now that YouTube prefers to side themselves with the big corporations as like the late night shows or big corporate media and stuff like that. That's my observation for it.
I see.
It's very hard. I mean, look at you, man. Like Twitch itself. Twitch has problems regarding DMCA and preferential treatment, right? Like with its uh Twitch streamers, right?
Well, Twitch and YouTube are a different thing. And for what is my perspective on YouTube, it is just, all right, being honest here, it's just 10 times worse compared that to Twitch. Because
Yeah.
if you are, no, not really influenced, but if you have the ability to organize your videos, not the videos, like primarily that every content creators out there are only aimed for progress, not the results. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
look at
true.
me. I slowly climbing to the ranks of Twitch, and I've been
Yeah,
typically
bro.
known to people.
I mean, bro. I've seen your growth in Twitch. I seen the analytics and stuff like that, bro. You're short. You're one step in
Exactly.
becoming like affiliate, man. Like, dude, congrats. Like, really,
Yeah.
congrats,
I
man.
mean, thanks. But in terms of YouTube, um, you, all right, all right, in your channel, you created uh educational videos, right? And
Yeah,
Apex
yeah.
gameplay. So,
Not necessarily Apex gameplay only, but games in general. Like, I try to diversify my video portfolio per se, right?
yeah.
because it's hard nowadays to just stick with one niche. But having a niche actually helps to grow you in some cases, but it will only grow you to a certain extent because you rely on that niche to thrive. But the potential for more if you diversify, that's the key thing, I guess.
I think the only thing that happened on YouTube, which really affects on everyone as well, is luck. Because if your video has been intentionally put it to the public feed, I guess, or the YouTube feed, I think it's not that really difficult for me. But I don't know for you though. I've seen your
Yeah,
videos a lot.
again, going back to like the original statement that I had that YouTube has very complicated system that needs to be studied deeply.
Well, all right, you have a large community compared to mine, and I guess uh you have to organize well, because if you don't organize that, pretty much, well, let's simply say no one would be interested in this, because majority of content creators out there are just attracting for attention, right? So not really
Yeah.
attention, but it's just generally based on the content itself, you know.
Hmm.
And second of all, is how you display yourself as a you know uh, just a funny guy, you know, like how you actually talk to people like this and that. But
Yeah, just
I have
find
been
your own identity, I guess, right?
I've been
Like
receiving
finding that.
this. I've been receiving this kind of idea where I
Mhm.
actually got that sort of thought. So as
House of
soon as
thought.
you and well, I've seen this one video on YouTube, right? So I've been watching tips and tricks how for you, or in order to grow on Twitch. It's not just on gameplay. Like you have to talk to your audiences a lot, you know. And for at the same time, I think it's the level of confidence that you have, you know. If
Yeah, it's like finding your own identity and interacting with your audience, I guess. Like, what's the persona that you're trying to exhibit in your own streams, right?
hmm, that's a good well, that's a good question. I mean, the persona.
So what kind of identity is React 7? What is
Well,
he trying to portray as rather?
hmm, some people call me Robin Hood. Well, not
What make
really
you say
Robin
that,
Hood.
bro? What makes you
No,
say
not
that, bro?
me. I didn't. I didn't say that. Like, do you know Robin from a sidekick to Batman and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
it's well, not the edgy Robin. the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the other Robin
The
who
usual. Yeah,
uh, yeah. I mean, I think it's okay. I think wait, I have read wait, look at Guru's chat. So, oh god, Guru,
yeah. That's a good point.
that's
Like,
a very good
the
point.
persona online should be a mix of your actual personality and being social and charismatic. That's good. Yeah, yeah. But it's really hard to
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 explain.
train that social or charismatic side to yourself, because you need a lot of exposure, or how do you put it, experience regarding that, I guess.
And
Consistently doing the thing, or I guess in React's case, consistently streaming or gaming while interacting with his audience is actually the way in order for him to figure out his charismatic or social skills in regards to his persona, I guess.
well, to be honest, I think there's a possible way for you to get a shit tons of views, Kaiser. So,
Wow.
have you heard about this game called VR Chat? So,
Yeah.
a lot of streamers lately, they approach to some crowd, bro. Like, I could
Wait, what?
never expect how they're so fully confident with themselves. Like, dude. So I'm not that kind
Mm-hmm.
of a person. Like on VR chat, for instance, I cannot just immediately approach to them. For what I did is, just to socialize. I mean, just getting to know them and just be friends, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, Korean has a point though that some people probably have more experience in socializing or being charismatic that they can approach random people in VR chat.
Ah,
Like,
yes. Because I've alright. I have so many friends actually on VR chat where they apply their social intimacy to the game itself. Like, bro,
is
how?
this ERP or something?
No, not really. Oh no, I mean we're not referring erotic role plays, bro. Like to be honest, alright, I might get um canceled for this. I mean, a lot of people are
Go
trying
ahead.
to defend erotic role plays.
So what are your thoughts on it?
and and I don't know why it's a part-time thing to VR chat.
Wait, part time? You mean like people actually pay for those kind of services or something?
I have no fucking idea, man, because um all right, since the game was released
Dude,
on
I'm guessing that there are cases that they actually pay for those kind of stuff.
I
I think,
guess.
yeah, if you can imagine it, like people, I think humanity has that kind of will to do such things, but Jesus, man.
I mean,
No, not e-dating, e-role play or
I
something
know.
that's
like
even not
it's
safe for
even
work or something, yeah.
exactly. And a lot of people on VR chat, I suppose, are getting or being no, not getting, but being victimized. It's
Oh, what, bro?
it's because of this uh erotic roleplay.
Really?
because all right, I
Like
know I'm
people people
I,
blame the people who
because here's the thing.
what?
All right, there's this one long or part-time VR user who expressed his entire story on the game itself, and he kind of almost, I guess, losing his interest on playing the game because they're trying to implement uh inappropriate activity, I guess. Because I mean that's all right. I'm not the one who said that. I mean, all right. He stated out that fucking ERP on VR chat is killing the community. Like, it's very shocking.
I mean, to each to their own. If it's not hurting anyone or anybody, I mean, why does it need to go, I guess?
yeah. Also,
right?
it's so funny in a way that I have met a lot of people who actually found themselves a date, you know? Like long distance relationship and stuff.
Wait, really? Like
Yeah. I mean, it's
they
so
exchange their own personal stuff? Hmm.
yeah,
That's
like
kind of
bro,
dangerous, not gonna lie.
yeah, it is dangerous. Like I never wanted to share some of my personal info to this person. Like, man, for instance, man, I fell in love with this person. It's because we have the same thing, you know that like it's so fucking weird. But it is, yes, you're correct. It is indeed dangerous.
What if this person is totally insane or psycho who's luring you into some sort of
Oh, exactly. Like
dangerous? Yeah.
a lot of people. Um. Well, no, not a lot of people. I mean,
Maybe luring
I
into the
rarely,
substance chamber.
I rarely seen these type of people in the game itself. Oh my god! I mean, they're just highly absurd for at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. I guess it's their own niche
And then it's
community.
funny that there's this one YouTuber. I'm not gonna call him out. There's this one YouTuber who rants about the issue on
Mm-hmm.
VR chat, but at the same time, I kinda agree on his point. But why the fuck would you brought that kind of thing? Like, all right, let me just summarize this. He said that VR chat is just mainly built only for adults, and I was like, what? What do you mean? There's there's kids here. So you hate kids? that's so that's so wrong. I
Yeah, I
couldn't.
guess I kind of get the point that it's kind of dangerous that the place is looming with kids or underage people that can be susceptible to dangerous people, especially like old people that have malicious intent to those to those underage kids. So I guess that's the I guess I understand that person's sentiments, but at the same time, I mean the same argument could be applied to YouTube, to Twitch, to everywhere, I guess. So the right argument for such things would probably come for the appropriate moderation or
Oh yes.
people actually, yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of moderation, their moderation system is it's very lack. I mean, lack of effort because the community is just, well, I don't want to say out of control, but at the same time, their moderation system just needs a bit of improvement because a lot of people have experienced crashes, you know.
Mhm.
Ang ginagawa mo ano?
All right.
Oh, hello there.
So the
Oo.
main topic that we're talking about today is the disadvantages on VR chat.
Yeah, okay.
So what are your thoughts about the game?
Uh, to me, one of the best single thing that I can do in VR chat is the freedom that you can express in it. Like, you can create your own character in your own image or in your own imagination. Like, you can make it come alive, you know? That's what I like about VR chat. Like, you
Uh,
can express your creativity and imagination, but the downside is sometimes the community, it's quite toxic, to be honest. Like, I have some experiences to, like, some.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, I've heard about that from React that some people try to like intimidate or I guess ruin other people's experiences in VR chat. So could you tell
Yeah.
us more about it?
Uh, I have this one experience in which I was mistaken for being a girl because I was using the
Wait, what?
Evelyn. Yeah,
What
yeah,
the? Oh yeah, I
yeah.
mean, dude,
I,
not gonna lie, a lot of fucking dudes in VR chat has this avatar, which mainly have this avatar of display themselves as girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like cross dresser. That's the most fucked up. That's the most fucked up thing that I experienced playing in VR chat. Like my fucking username in VR chat is Zenoid15. It's like the manliest username that I ever known. And yet they still mistaken me for a woman. Like what the fuck? Like bro.
Well, no, Korean. It's not a disadvantage. It's
Ah,
just
yeah.
no. Okay, so basically having a female avatar as a fucking man, which is weird. I
Yeah.
mean, at the same time, we have experienced this. Uh, you know crashers, right? Xenoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shits are just terrifying. Like for
Yep.
instance, whether if you have a powerful PC, you'll just instantly
Yeah.
crash.
Your fucking PC just
Wait,
explodes for
what?
no god.
Yeah,
How does that happen? What the fuck?
generally speaking, it's because how detailed the avatar is.
Yeah.
Oh, so in a sense that the system can't handle the amount of rendering
Yep.
power needed.
Yes,
Jesus.
which is a bad thing, dude.
Yeah. Especially those who have a
Yeah.
4 GB RAM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they're fucking they just in just the time that they exchanged to their new avatars, they just disappeared. Like they disconnected in an instant. Like
I
their
think
their
that's a
whole
flaw in the
their-
system
yeah,
for VR chat, rather. Because
yeah,
if they allow such things that they are not assuming the minimum requirements needed for the video game to run, right? Like, if they don't put a cap on the amount of rendering stuff, yeah, that those types of people can abuse it. And the thing that you mentioned, the crashers, yeah, that's dangerous, man. Like,
yeah,
the development team should do something about it. Truly.
yeah. If even my laptop, it has 16 GB RAM. There's still some fucking avatars that can crash my goddamn game. Like to the point it shut down itself. Like what the fuck? Like that's to me that's the part
Jesus.
of the game. Yeah, yeah. Like that's the best thing that they could do. Like solve the rendering so that everyone could play normally. So to me,
Yeah, I mean, how old is VR chat, by the way? Like,
The game was
when.
created, I guess in 2016. Like, I think 2017. I don't know.
So it's
Well,
relatively an old game by now. So the people needs.
oh, VR chat was released in February 1, 2017.
oh, so it's not
It's
summer
almost
old, I
five
guess.
years, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
5 years
still relatively old to the point that some improvements
are still
needs,
the yeah.
needs to be made, I guess.
Yeah. To me, that's the rendering problem should be the number one priority because like there are some people in playing VR chat who uses small computers.
And for some
Yeah.
point that
Yeah.
I right, did I ever mention about this one YouTuber who rants about disadvantages of VR chat? I clearly do not think that this is disadvantages because do you know how many toxicity that has been applied to the game? Like, how can that be possibly disadvantage? I mean, it's just part of the game, you know?
I mean, toxicity has always been part of the gaming community, not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like you
In any
can't just
community, in any gaming community, there's always toxicity.
like you cannot just
Exactly.
possibly pointing out that uh toxicity is just disadvantage. It's because it's hurting the community. Whoa, okay, all right. So primarily speaking, it's just because you can't even admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is being toxic as well. Not. It's kind of
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah. That's the part where I can't possibly control my entire laugh. It's because of the dude. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's just weird. But yeah. Also, we're nearly at 1 hour. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, podcasts usually go for several, like it can go up to like 3 hours. So there's no cap on the amount of stuff we can talk about. It's just
Well,
perhaps you, bro, like you're at your limit, I guess. If you want to stop, that's
I mean, unless if people has interesting topic to you know to talk with, you know what I mean? Like,
Not
all
some
right,
yeah.
weird ones
not the
like
weird
fuck
one.
shit. Yeah,
It's reserved
somebody.
for a later time, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no. Oh god. All right, I'm getting
We're getting off
a
track.
fucking no, I'm getting a claim because we're talking about Ukraine.
What?
Jesus, as a fact.
No, it's Korean. No, Korean said to here. My god, Korean. That's too fun.
We could talk about Ukraine at another time. We need a person who's
Oh,
knowledgeable
speaking
about.
specifically that you know how relatable that femboys are getting on you know a thing now to
Yeah,
VR
yeah.
chat, which is weird
Yeah.
because I feel uncomfortable. No offense to whoever watches this, because
Oh,
VR,
don't worry, guys. We don't hate you. Like, there are some fanboys that are so fucked up. We
yeah,
don't
some
hate you
of
guys.
them.
Like, yeah, like there's
Because
so.
Kaiser, did I ever mention you that there's this one femboy from TF2? Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call him out, but at the same time, this kid is just too corrupted. Like, he doesn't admit defeat.
Yeah.
Like, he's just
Likes to keep
Yeah,
proving things.
I don't want to generalize the fanboys, but yeah, it's like their identity revolves around being like that kind of weird, I guess, that very edgy rather.
it is very edgy, but at the
Yeah,
same
because
time,
one person in our server, like in the House of Thought,
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, he's kind of bit edgy, like super very weird, eccentric, eccentric person. Actually, there are two persons that are kind of identify as femboys, and they are really peculiar. But I respect them. But at the same time, bro, just have a limit at some parts, bro. Like
yeah,
Jesus.
Like,
exactly.
have some draw the line, like what it needs to be. Like, don't fucking tell everything. To be honest.
Exactly. Like you need to stop at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Also, to be honest, we need a lot of people to watch this stream. I mean, if you want people to talk with in the chat, I mean, how about you, Zeno? Can you share the link? I'm not forcing you.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
mean, it's not that I don't know. It's not that important, I
Yeah.
guess, because it's the start of our podcast. Who knows? Like in the future, we might get like thousands of views per podcast.
Yeah.
It.
So
I mean,
it's just
Let's try to have some small steps first. Like, for now, it's just a
exactly,
trial and
exactly,
error. Okay, Mari. Like,
trial and
let's try
error.
to
Yeah.
be a trial and error first.
exactly.
So I've been
Also,
receiving
Korean had a chat and the
what is it?
Twitch. He said that femboys need real professional help, and I agree. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's almost like 50-50 to be honest. Like, where the fuck do you get this kind of topic? Like, what in the world do you get those kind of topics? Like,
at
bro,
the
like,
same time that all
yeah,
of them are just displayed as okay. I know this is somewhere fucked up, and I would probably getting canceled for this. it's generally because of their behavior.
Yeah.
True, true. It's
Yeah.
you're not gonna get canceled for that. It's just a fact,
Yeah. Unless I
bro.
mean so uh have you ever read this article? Well, not really an article, but are you potentially aware that all of us men are losing our trait of masculine?
I mean, in the modern age, yeah, I think I
Yeah.
heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Like there are
the
even some
question,
studies, to be honest. Like there are even some studies that prove that men are their testosterone levels are almost declining to the point that
and they're almost how can I say this? They're almost getting feminine in a way.
yeah,
I, I think, yeah, like it could be a conspiracy, it could be not, but I guess it revolves around the culture that we are
yeah,
having right now, more on the globalization, like the influence of Western liberalism, and I guess some influence with the recent trends in some countries like the East Asian countries where the the boy band or the idol groups, right? Like they are trying to spread their kind of culture, I guess, the identity. So they are really spreading the feminine type of men, I guess. And yeah, I agree that I sometimes agree to the statement that we need to bring back the old type of men, I
uh,
guess.
yeah.
Like the Vikings, the Mongolian people,
I
without, of course, the
Because I
mindless
think it's
oppression, I guess. The-
because that some of us required more discipline to ourselves, you know?
yeah,
Like
exactly. Like the
yeah,
discipline part.
if we don't have that ability to make ourselves disciplined, we would probably ended up those kind of uh let's say
I guess weak men, I guess.
to
yeah,
me
the weak
react
men.
like nowadays, like men live in a dark age in which we are being, being neglected, being abused. But to me, without men, like to all viewers who are listening to this, like you know, I'm not generalizing, but right now we need men. Without men, society will not function the way it is. To be honest, like who remember what Jordan Peterson said? Without men, the society could not function properly. Where would the uh, uh who are the what jobs that are men or majority plumbers, the hard labor ones,
Yeah.
because to
Wait,
me
I'm
those are
gonna interrupt you for a bit because Korean
yeah,
said in the chat that strength isn't really a necessary thing anymore, though. Like, that's a kind of a bit controversial take on it because we humans in general have become reliant on technology
yeah,
that you made that statement that strength isn't really necessary. But there comes to a point that we see the
There's
events
this
happening in Ukraine, right? Like, there's war.
yeah.
And when there is a time that a global conflict will occur. Imagine that. Like, there's a possibility for it,
And
and
also I
strength isn't
gotta
necessary.
yeah,
I have a question. Like, do you ever believe there's what's this, a theory? Let's say that all of us
Hmm.
men are getting almost getting extinct.
let's continue that. So
All right. So
like
Let's go.
let's go back to the previous question, like to the previous what's the reply, like the previous reply in our life.
The statement was that there are more men than women.
Okay. Actually, I saw this statistics, like forgive me, it was last 2010 to 2020 when it was recorded. So roughly men have a slight lead.
that's
Uh
true.
like the
I mean,
percentage is 50.4%. If am I correct? And the women is like 49.5 or 0.6%. So to me, it's not the men are not majority. Like, although we do have a slight advantage, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that doesn't validate the
Uh,
statement. So yeah,
yeah. In other words, that there are the proportion of men and women are relatively equal. So yes, there's
yeah,
slightly more men, but it's not that significant that oh, there's a debate going on about there are more men. We need to lessen the men. No, no, it's just proportionate to the
yeah.
relative population. So it's not an issue, I guess. Yeah.
Just a disclaimer, it was only recorded in last 2020. Maybe it has changed since we went through a pandemic. So
But the question is, what happens if the entire race, not the entire race, but the population of men extinct? What will happen to women?
let's not say extinct, like maybe disproportionate.
Hmm.
Mm, hmm.
So does that make the society, well, lesser evil? Because they're
Hmm.
all right.
Let's say because our society works on manpower, even though we do rely on technology, but who's gonna maintain those technology without men, or guys in the labor force? Because I'm not saying that uh the population of the labor force is mostly consisted of men, but if the decline of men has been steadily decreasing throughout the years, it will have a great impact on our society, to be honest, especially in our economy. You know what I mean?
Rian
That's true.
mentioned regarding that automation and robots to combat the decline. So to combat that is robots or automation requires significant amount of energy. And right now the world is having an energy crisis regarding the of course the supply of oil from Russia or the lack of the still lack of renewable resources uh, available throughout different countries, especially in developing countries.
Mhm.
So, and yes, in regards to statistics, based on what Zeno said regarding the population of the labor force being mostly comprised of men, right? So
Yeah.
there is a correlation between there's a significant problem in dealing with the decline of men and its impact on perhaps the labor force or the jobs that needs labor that has a majority of demographically men or something like that. Yeah.
Well, to me, we still need men. Like,
Oh,
although,
what are those jobs? Korean asked in the chat, what are those jobs? There's lots of mining, construction work,
yeah,
uh, some points agrarian or
the
farming.
the physical type of jobs, like you require your body to work. Like the best example is maintaining machines, mining, fixing or plumbing, like constructions, like
Yeah, there
like
are majority of fisher folk or fishermen are actually yes men. So the seafood production is also affected by these labor force conundrum, I guess.
yeah. Well, because to me, without men, you know, our society might suffer. Like,
I
it,
mean, to be fair, like the argument goes both ways that
yeah,
both uh the humanity needs both sexes in order to
yeah, men and
function.
women.
Yeah,
Like,
majority of
because fathers are the ones that provides and the mothers are the ones that take care of the family, because
Oh,
both
we
sexes.
need to like we need to put this into context because
Yeah, yeah.
different
Okay.
cultures have different like roles with sex roles or something like that into the
Oh, okay.
context. But majority of what Zeno said is based on different cultures is actually correct. Like in some cultures within Eastern or Asian countries, that what he said is correct. I don't know about the Western countries. I guess in the medieval period, it's also true in Europe, I guess. So yeah,
Mm. Okay, okay.
just to put the what his statement into context, so we don't get canceled or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sorry for
Yeah,
the
I mean,
confusion. So
it's so it seems like we're talking about the morality of men.
yeah,
What will happen to the
Not really
foundation?
the
What will happen?
morality, but rather the importance of
yeah,
masculinity. Because
Oh,
again, I saw a lot of YouTube videos regarding the decline of masculinity. Like
mm-hmm.
people want to advocate for like healthy muscles, like people want to go want people to go to the gym or something, or people want to be more fit. Not just men, but nowadays men need to be fit because in the Western societies, most of the men, especially in America, most men prefer to be fat or obese or something like that.
yeah. They're
So it's really unhealthy.
And at the
yeah.
same time, it kills their productivity. I mean,
It kills
No,
your
it's also
testosterone.
it's also bad for the health. Like here in the
Yeah, yeah.
Asian countries, like mm, most people here even suffer from diabetes, even though they don't look like obese or overweight.
that's true.
Well, to be fair, like diabetes generally is divided into two. Like there's the genetic one and there's the relatively
Yeah,
non-genetic where you overeat. So I guess in the Asian countries, majority of people who suffer diabetes are more on the
genetical.
genetic side. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it's not our problem. But on the West, however, majority of people who suffer diabetes mostly contracted based on their diet or their food consumption because they are mostly obese.
yeah. To me, it's almost like a lack of discipline. Yeah,
No, no, no. Being healthy as a masculine thing, it's more on the mindset, really. Like
yeah.
being
Yeah.
healthy, being person with higher morality who respects not just women but all people in general. Like it's not really just the concept of being healthy. It's more like the mindset of being strong, firm, courageous, like the tales of Hercules, rather, right? Or
Oh, okay, okay.
Heracles. Yeah, the laborers, right? His
Mm,
labors. Generally, you can consider it as the foundations of Western masculinity in some sense. I don't know, but it's a good tale to
yeah,
be uphold on how masculinity isn't branded as this brash, uh, mindless person who just wants violence or aggressiveness, but rather it is this disciplined, masculine, this fit person who who is courageous on uncertainty and in dangers, and who will protect their own family. I guess, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
because the modern people, I guess, in my opinion, just distorts the concept of masculinity. Like they deem masculinity as a bad thing, right?
yeah.
Zeno, do you have any thoughts on it? Like, why do people paint masculinity or being masculine as a bad thing?
Well, because most of the cultural society, like the culture today, is almost on the judging side. Like they don't understand the deeper meaning.
It's because they
Like
thought that masculinity is just somewhere toxic.
yeah,
That's their understanding. I mean, to be fair, Like some of them don't even know, or let's simply say they don't even have the experience of, like what we've been through. So,
To me,
hang on.
let's not just what others have went through. Like, let's just respect each other. But to me, like, the only reason why there's a toxic masculinity is because, it's just made up.
Well,
Like, there's no such.
masculinity is necessary.
Yeah.
Kasi, yeah, I mean, it's
Mm.
well, I don't want to say it's a tool just to build a foundation of the society. Like, no, we're we're working our asses off
No, no, no,
just
it's not a
to.
tool. It's not a tool. Moreover, it's rather it's a mindset because it's
Yes,
a different thing.
because
Like mindset is more of a it's a complete identity or self. It tools are used externally, right?
yeah,
But masculinity in the healthy masculinity, right, delves more into the inner, more deeper side of being a person per se,
nice.
I guess.
Well,
Like to be honest, a good example of a person that is good or a person who exhibits good masculinity, let's just say, um a good father figure, I guess. Like, who do you think is a good father figure in a more popular, or I guess, how do you call this stuff, in the mainstream media rather? Hmm.
Father figure. To me, it's hard to think because, media doesn't acknowledge those kind of things. So I might
Yeah, that's
try to
true
think
though.
harder. Yeah. A good father figure. Good father figure.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna be honest with you guys that we've been talking politically here just half the fucking hour. I mean,
I mean, it's good. It's good. It's
yeah, it
good
is somewhere
content.
good.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
is content. Hey, yo, whoever watches this stream, please don't cancel us.
no,
No, no,
no,
bro. Here's the thing about cancel, bro.
Mm,
yeah, let's yeah,
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 what
let's
is it?
let's let's talk about cancel culture since we're here.
Don't. No. Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. Like, holy shit, we talked
Oh
about
yeah, I
lots of
mean, I'm,
things within
I'm
a
being
span of.
curious. What's the purpose of this cancel culture is? If you all have any thoughts of it.
Like, I guess cancel culture really rose up from the internet mob culture, or I guess it got accelerated. Like, cancel culture is the modern equivalent of witch hunt, right? So that
Yeah,
kind of thinking or group mindset really existed long before long beforehand, or long before in the internet. But the thing is that the internet only made these people anonymous or faceless or
yeah,
impersonal. So it's much more dangerous, in my opinion, because it gives them more power without any holding accountability.
yeah.
So cancel culture is more dangerous than previous witch hunts, or not really previous, because witch hunts are really dangerous per se because they kill people. But
It's only a
I guess,
selective people. Yeah,
yeah, persecutions, I guess, or people judging people is as dangerous as now, because cancel culture can really ruin lives per se, or careers. I've seen
yeah,
multiple YouTubers or content creators who got canceled wrongfully, and they lost their jobs because of it. And it's a societal phenomenon that needs to be stopped, I guess, or it needs to be put down, in essence, because it's not really a healthy thing. And culture only breeds more toxicity from let's put it this way. Cancel culture made more harm than whatever good it did, I guess. Right?
To me,
Well,
can I say
yeah,
something?
Zeno, you go first.
Can I go say something? Because to me, cancel culture is like, the court of public opinion, but it's the worst kind because you don't know who you're dealing with. And they're being easily
Exactly.
manipulated. Like, it's almost biased to condemn someone without even knowing their side. Like, it's kind of fucked up.
I
Like,
think it's the mob or bandwagon effect where
yeah,
people who see what the majority thinks that it's right,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Or, like, on what's trending, like, what's the trending topic that we could use today? Or what's the past
Yeah,
topic that we can use against him? Like, that's kind of fucked up, to be honest.
that's true. Like, I guess it just plays on the human behavioral tendencies or human instinct that we humans survive in groups per se. So the mob mentality, the mob rule or mob mindset really is embedded in us genetically. So that's
Mm.
one of our problems. So I guess going back to my statement, I don't really think that cancel culture can be eradicated or stopped
Yeah.
because of that kind of human instinct or remnant within
Interaction.
us. Interaction, exactly. So, but we could have some ways in order for a person to be a, I don't know, avoid cancel culture or not really avoid, but more on face it head on.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why cancel culture has power because you acknowledge it, right?
Yeah.
So I guess some people who faced cancel culture but survived it actually are just people who didn't give a fuck or they don't care, right?
Yeah. I wanna give the shout out to Jay Schlatt. Like, he's the most uncancelable guy. Like, I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah, Jay
truly
Shat.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
like, he's
guy
the
is
most.
very unconscionable. Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's no there's no there's no kind of topic, or there's no way that you can cancel him that easily.
I think we need to wrap up this
Yeah.
podcast for a while. So
Getting out
let's
of
end
hand.
up on the high note, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So a question for all of us, I guess, is what is your favorite ice cream and why?
Okay.
You can go
Mine is
react.
cookies and
Go
cream.
first. Same, same.
I mean,
Because
cookies
it's
and
not
Cookies and
cream.
cream?
artificial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What
Because
about
cookies and cream is
you?
not artificial. So you
Hmm.
how about you, Kaiser?
How about you, Kaiser? Yeah.
Well, it's a tie, but one is definitely one bit higher. I'm gonna go with the mango ice cream, bro. Like, oh, that shit is lit.
Yeah.
A mango ice cream. Okay.
Yeah,
Classic.
my second favorite though is cookies and cream, but mango ice cream, man, the purity of that sweetness and taste, bro. Like, jeez.
Especially those mango bits that you eat inside your ice cream.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Fucking
No,
heavenly.
no. Let me refrain. Let me get what do you call that shit? Let me redact my previous statement. What my favorite ice cream flavor is mango graham
Oh
flavor.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Fucking heavenly. To me, one of my favorite also ice cream, like, next to me, cookies and cream is the most top tier because you cannot have an artificial flavor in it. To me, the best ice cream flavor that I do like is cheese, like cream cheese, like pure
Hmm,
cream cheese that has,
interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
like, you get the sweetness of the cream, then the saltiness of the cream cheese.
Have you ever
That's
tried caramel?
ah,
Wait, does
that's
anyone
plain.
try caramel ice cream?
That's plain. I don't like that.
Oh no! Okay,
That's
Goro, did
fucking.
you hear that?
That's plain. That's so fucking plain.
Oh
Bro.
no! Okay, I mean caramel ice cream is I mean, it
Ah,
does.
oh, you
It
mean,
is good.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the, I thought the caramel toppings that you put on the top of the ice cream.
The caramel.
Sorry, sorry. Oh, I thought, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because
I do like
caramel
caramel
ice
too.
cream is, I don't know, is it's just the opposite of cookies and cream. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Every time I did those
Really?
kind of, every time I eat caramel ice cream, I always think about popcorn. Like, if I had caramel ice cream and popcorn, I would put that shit together. Like, you
oh
know,
no.
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
that's the most best thing that I can give you right now, my friend. So
Dude,
anyway,
I'm craving for ice cream right now, bro. Not gonna lie, Jesus.
Yeah, same here. I don't know why you brought that up.
so anyway, let's try to wrap things up. So
So, thank you everyone for listening on to this wholesome Magmatic podcast. I hope you stay tuned for our next podcast soon enough. And that's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you, everyone.
Alright, can
goodbye.
I say something to the viewers? Hey yo, thanks for coming for the stream. Also, shout out to Mr. Kaiser and Xenoid here. And
Let's go!
yeah, also
Hell
we're
yeah,
nearly at 100
unexpected,
followers, guys. Like, holy shit. Uh,
unexpected boy.
You have
unexpected.
100 followers now?
No,
Dude,
nearly,
congrats.
nearly.
Nearly. Yeah, okay.
Not
I
okay.
thought you recently had 100 followers, man. Damn.
Let's
I
try to do
mean,
a slow and we can do a slow and steady.
yeah, slow and
Yeah,
steady,
yeah.
boy.
I'm slow and
Yeah.
steady, bro.
So let's end the stream, guys.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming by.
Yeah. Have a great night, guys.
Have a great
Have a
night,
great night.
Bye.
and see you all later. Let's go.
Unexpected ako, gago. Surprise.